the spotlight crashed down like a judgment from heaven, pinning Lucas to the polished wooden floor of the auditorium stage. His father's voice boomed from the shadows. "What the hell is this fairy shit, boy?" Echoing off the vaulted ceilings as the final strains of Tchaikovsky faded into stunned silence. In that frozen heartbeat, Lucas's heart didn't shatter. It ignited, his body arching into a defiant arabesque that whispered the truth he'd buried for years. This was his soul, not his father's gridiron empire. Lucas had always known the weight of Coach Harlan "Iron" Whitaker's shadow. In the Rust Belt town of Milford, Ohio, where Friday nights under the floodlights were religion and the Whitaker name etched trophies into the local lore, expectations weren't whispered, they were etched in steel. Harlan had dragged the Milford Mavericks to 3 state championships, his gravelly pep talks replayed on loop at every backyard barbecue. "Blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family," he'd growl, slapping helmets with a palm calloused from decades of tackling dummies. And Lucas, his only son, was the heir apparent. At 16, he was already 6'1", broad-shouldered from endless drills, with the kind of raw speed that turned heads at summer camps. Football was destiny, or so everyone thought. But destiny has a funny way of pirouetting when you least expect it. It started in the fall of his junior year, during one of those interminable rain-soaked practices. Harlan had the team running suicides on the sodden field, mud sucking at their cleats like the devil's own grip. Lucas's lungs burned, his quads screaming, but it wasn't the exhaustion that cracked him open. It was the ache in his chest, a hollow throb that no amount of wind sprints could fill. He'd always felt it, this pull toward something lighter, more fluid. As a kid, he'd sneak into the community center's dance classes when Harlan was at away games, mesmerized by the girls in their leotards twirling like autumn leaves. But boys didn't dance. Not in Milford. Not Whitaker boys. That rainy afternoon, as the team huddled under the bleachers cursing the downpour, Lucas slipped away. He told himself it was just to catch his breath, but his feet carried him to the old arts building across the street, its faded brick facade a relic from when Milford dreamed bigger than pigskin glory. The door creaked open to the faint hum of a piano, and there, in a sun-dappled studio, was Mr. Elias, the ballet instructor who'd retired from Cleveland's scene a decade back. He was a wiry man in his 60s, with silver hair tied in a ponytail and eyes that saw through bullshit like X-ray specs. "Lost lamb," Elias called, not pausing his accompaniment on the upright. Lucas froze, cleats still caked in mud. No, sir. Just passing by." Elias's fingers danced over the keys, coaxing out a melody that wrapped around Lucas like warm silk. "Passing by, don't explain the way you're staring at that bar like it's salvation. Come on, then. Shoes off." It was that simple. Or that reckless. Lucas kicked off his Nikes, the cold floor biting his soles, and Elias guided him through a ply, knees bending, arms curving like wings. For the first time in years, Lucas breathed without the crush of expectation. His body, honed for bursts of power, unfurled into something ethereal. By the time Harlan's horn blared from the parking lot, Lucas was hooked, sweat beading not from strain but from revelation. He kept it secret, of course. Nights blurred into a double life. Dawn wait sessions with Dad, where Harlan barked orders like a drill sergeant. Explode through that line, "Son, like your life's on it." And stolen afternoons at the studio, where Elias murmured corrections in a voice soft as fog. "Softer, Lucas. Let it flow. Don't fight it." Ballet wasn't just movement, it was confession. Every grand jeté whispered the truths Lucas couldn't voice. The confusion twisting in his gut when he'd catch himself watching the linebackers in the showers, not with envy, but with a heat he didn't understand. The way his pulse stuttered around certain boys, not the girls Harlan paraded at team dinners. And the gnawing fear that loving like that, graceful, vulnerable, would shatter the Whitaker fortress. Word spread, as it does in small towns with big mouths. By winter, whispers slithered through the halls. Whitaker's kids gone full Swan Lake. Lucas ignored them, lacing up his points under his Letterman jacket like armor. But isolation has teeth. He ate lunch alone in the band room, scrolling through bootleg videos of New York City Ballet on his phone, dreaming of auditions that felt as distant as Mars. Then Noah crashed into his orbit like a meteor. It was mid-January, the kind of bone-chilling cold that turned Milford streets into ice rinks. Lucas was leaving the studio late, breath fogging the air, when a pickup truck fishtailed into the lot, headlights slicing the dusk. The door flew open, and out tumbled a boy 17, maybe, with messy auburn curls escaping a beanie, freckles dusted across a sharp nose, and eyes the color of storm clouds. He was hauling a duffel bag that clattered with metal, dressed in ripped jeans and a hoodie emblazoned with Cleveland Ballet Academy, in faded script. "Shit. Sorry," the boy yelped, steadying himself against the truck. "Roads are a nightmare." "You Elias's ghost?" He said. "Someone let me in." Lucas blinked, caught off guard by the easy grin, the way the stranger moved like he owned the cold. Yeah. "Lucas. He's inside." "You knew." "Noah," he said, extending a hand gloved in fingerless wool. His grip was firm, calloused not from football pads, but something finer. "Transferred from Cleveland. Dad's job, some corporate shuffle. Ballet kid in football hell. You know the drill." Lucas's laugh escaped before he could cage it, sharp and surprised. "Yeah. I know it." They fell into step, Noah chattering about the Academy's cutthroat rehearsals, the nutcracker wars that left egos bruised worse than shins. Inside, Elias lit up like a Christmas tree, clapping Noah on the back. "My prodigy returns, and bringing fresh blood." He waved Lucas over. "Partner up, boys. How to do basics. Show the newbie how we do it Midwest style." Noah's eyes widened, playful mischief sparking. "You dance? For real?" "For real," Lucas muttered, cheeks heating as he tied his hair back. The studio's mirrors threw back their reflections. Lucas, all coiled power in black tights. Noah, lithe and expressive, shedding layers to reveal a body sculpted by years of discipline, long limbs, a dancer's arch. They started slow, port de bras, hands linking in tentative trust. Noah's touch was electric, steady where Lucas's was hesitant. "Breathe into it," Noah whispered during a lift, his breath warm against Lucas's ear. "You're fighting the air. Let it hold you." Lucas's arms trembled not from effort, but from the proximity, the faint scent of pine soap and ambition clinging to Noah's skin. By the end of the hour, sweat slick and exhilarated, they collapsed against the bar, gulping water from shared bottles. Elias vanished to lock up, leaving them in the golden hush of sunset filtering through frost-laced windows. "So," Noah said, wiping his brow, "you're the football prince gone rogue?" Town's buzzing. Lucas tensed, the old defenses rising. "It's not like that. Dad's intense. Expects the jersey, the glory." Ballet's just mine. Noah nodded. No judgment, just understanding pooling in those gray eyes. My old man's a surgeon. Thinks dance is frivolous therapy. Cut me off when I chose it over pre-med. Said I'd end up broke and broken. He flexed his foot, revealing a scarred ankle. Worth it, though. What's your poison? Football, Lucas admitted, the word tasting like ash. But this, he gestured to the empty studio, echoes of their steps lingering. This feels like flying. Noah's smile was slow, intimate. Then fly with me, Whitaker. Audition for Cleveland together. We could kill it. In that moment, with the world outside buried in snow, Lucas felt seen, not as Harlan's son, but as himself. Raw, real, and dangerously close to falling. Weeks blurred into a rhythm of stolen hours. Mornings. Lucas dodged Harlan's interrogations over protein shakes. You slacking on those 40-yard dashes. Son, scouts are watching. Afternoons, the studio, where Noah's laughter chased away the chill. They synced like breathing. His strength lifting Noah's leaps, Noah's precision softening Lucas's edges. Off the floor, it spilled over. Greasy diner runs after dark, where Noah stole fries and stories, his knee brushing Lucas's under the Formica table. Late-night texts lit up Lucas's phone. Watched Baryshnikov clips. You're better. Prove it tomorrow. Noah was a whirlwind, fierce in rehearsals, gentle in quiet moments. He talked of escaping to Juilliard, of stages where queerness wasn't a scandal but a spotlight. You ever think about it? He'd ask, voice low as they stretched on the floor, thighs inches apart. Loving who you love. No apologies. Lucas's throat would tighten, memories flashing, the locker room taunts, the fear knotting his gut. In Milford? That's a pipe dream. Not a dream, Noah countered, eyes locking. A choice. One February night, after a grueling session prepping for the regional youth ballet showcase, they lingered too long. Elias had gone home early, citing a hot date with Netflix, leaving the studio theirs. The air hummed with unspoken tension as they cooled down, mirrors fogging from their heat. Noah stretched into a split, casual as sin. Hey! Loose, truth or dare? Lucas snorted, toweling his neck. Dare. You ain't scaring me. Noah's grin turned wicked. Dance with me. No music. Just us. Heart hammering. Lucas rose. They circled first, testing, then closed in, hands finding waists, hips aligning in a slow sway. No counts, no technique, just bodies speaking. Noah's fingers traced Lucas's spine, igniting sparks. Their breaths mingled, foreheads touching, and when Noah's lips brushed his, not accident, but intention, Lucas didn't pull away. He leaned in, the kiss tasting of salt and surrender, fierce as a storm breaking. They broke apart gasping, Noah's eyes searching. That okay? More than, Lucas whispered, pulling him back. The world narrowed to this, mouths exploring, hands mapping uncharted skin, the thrill of finally naming the ache. They tumbled to the mats, clothes shedding like old skins, bodies twisting in a pas de deux of discovery. Tender, urgent, alive. After, tangled and spent, Noah traced lazy patterns on Lucas's chest. We could have this forever. You and me, against the world. Lucas held him tighter, ignoring the shadow creeping in. Forever sounded like a lie in Milford. But for now, In the hush of afterglow, he let himself believe. Spring thawed the fields, but not the frost in Harlan's gaze. Rumors had metastasized. Teammates cornered Lucas in the halls. Heard you're banging the baller boy. That true? Whitaker. He laughed it off, but the barbs lodged deep. Noah became his anchor, their secret blooming in hidden corners. Quick kisses behind the bleachers, whispered promises during lifts. Harlan noticed the shift. Dinners grew tense, his fork stabbing steak like an accusation. You're distracted, son. Girl trouble? Or something else? Lucas mumbled excuses, but Harlan's eyes narrowed, the coach in him scenting weakness. The showcase loomed, a regional comp in Columbus, Elias's big swing for his misfits. Lucas and Noah's duet was the centerpiece. A raw piece Elias choreographed, fractured line, blending ballet's elegance with hip-hop edge, mirroring their worlds colliding. Rehearsals were magic, Noah's leaps defying gravity, Lucas's power grounding them. Your poetry, Noah murmured one night, post-rehearsal, as they drove the backroads in Noah's beat-up truck, windows down to the whippoorwills. You're the spark, Lucas replied, hand on Noah's thigh, the road unspooling like possibility. But shadows lengthen before storms. A week out, Harlan cornered Lucas in the garage, oil-stained hands clenched. Got a call from Principal Hayes. You're skipping practices for dancing? With that city kid? Lucas's stomach dropped. Dad, it's not. Save it. Harlan's face reddened, veins bulging. Whitaker men build legacies, not twirl in tights. You're throwing it away for some faggy hobby, and don't think I ain't heard the rest. The word landed like a cheap shot. Lucas recoiled. You don't know shit about me. I know enough. Harlan stepped closer, voice dropping to that pregame menace. End it. The dancing, the whatever with that boy. Or you're on your own. No college fund, no name. Just you, pretty boy, in a world that chews up dreamers. Lucas stormed out, fists balled, the ultimatum burning like acid. He texted Noah, need you. Now. They met at the quarry's edge, moonlight silvering the water. Noah listened, fury flashing, then pulled Lucas into a crushing hug. Fuck him. We're going to Columbus. We'll dance our truth. And then we bolt New York. Additions. Real life. Lucas clung to him, tears hot on Noah's shoulder. I can't lose you. You won't. Noah's kiss was vow-sealed. We're unbreakable, but brittle things shatter easiest. Columbus pulsed with Midwestern grit wrapped in city gloss. The Scioto River churning under bridges strung with lights. The air thick with street vendor pretzels and exhaust. The Ohio Theater loomed like a gilded relic, its marquee blazing, regional youth dance showcase. A beacon for every kid who'd ever bent their body against the grain. Lucas and Noah arrived at dawn, Elias at the wheel of his ancient Volvo, regaling them with tales of his Bolshoi days to mask his nerves. Yet pressure, he quipped, though his knuckles whitened on the gearshift. Just souls on stage. Backstage was chaos. Sequins flashing, point shoes thwacking floors, egos as fragile as eggshells. Lucas's duet jitters twisted like barbed wire. Not from the steps, drilled to muscle memory, but from Harlan's ghost. He'd left a voicemail that morning, curt as a penalty flag. Don't embarrass us, boy. Win or crawl back. No mention of Noah, but the subtext screamed volumes. Noah sensed it, squeezing Lucas's hand in the wings. Eyes on me. We're warriors. Remember. His thumb brushed Lucas's pulse point, grounding him. In the green room, amid the chatter of rival troops, they stole a moment, lips grazing, promise against the frenzy. After this, Noah whispered, we celebrate. Real. You, me, skyline views. The curtain rose on fractured line, spotlights carving them from the dark. Tchaikovsky swelled, laced with hip-hop beats Elias had layered in, a sonic bridge between worlds. Lucas entered first, all coiled tension, stalking the stage like a panther in cleats. His solo a raw expulsion of Harlan's rage, sharp isolations, floor work that scraped skin. Then Noah, fluid counterpoint, arcing in on a series of jetés that blurred the air, pulling Lucas into harmony. Their pas de deux ignited. Noah's hands on Lucas's waist, lifting him into a fish dive that suspended time, bodies aligned, hearts synced. The audience's gasp a distant roar. They wove conflict into grace, a feigned shove dissolving into embrace, betrayal's sting melting to forgiveness. Sweat flew, muscles quivered, but their gaze never broke, love's defiant arabesque. The final pose, Lucas cradled in Noah's arms, back arched to the heavens, spotlights haloing their union. Thunderous applause crashed as they bowed, Elias whooping from the front row. Judges murmured, scores flashing high gold medal contention. Backstage hugs blurred into tears. A girl from Dayton's troupe crushed Lucas in a bear hug. Y'all slayed, queer kings forever. Noah laughed, but his eyes sought Lucas, darkening with intent. Told you. Unbreakable. The after-party was at a dive bar near campus. Neon buzzing Buckeye brews. The crowd a mix of dancers high on adrenaline and cheap beer. Elias nursed a whiskey, dispensing wisdom like candy. Art's not about perfection. It's about the scar it leaves. Lucas and Noah claimed a corner booth. Knees knocking under the table. The gold medal heavy in Lucas's pocket like talisman's weight. To us, Noah toasted, clinking bottles, his foot hooking Lucas's ankle, a private Morse code. To flying, Lucas echoed, the IPA bittersweet on his tongue. Talk turned to futures. Noah's Juilliard dreams, Lucas's secret applications to NYU's Tisch. We sync up, Noah said, voice husky from shouting cheers. Partners in crime, on and off stage. Heat bloomed low in Lucas's belly. Prove it. Noah's grin was feral. They slipped out, weaving through alleys to a motel off High Street, cheap, anonymous, perfect. The room smelled of Lysol and regret, but none touched them. Clothes hit the floor in a frenzy. Noah's mouth mapped Lucas's collarbone, teeth grazing, eliciting gasps that fogged the window. God! Loose, your fire! Noah murmured, hands roaming, bodies slotting like puzzle pieces worn smooth. They moved slow at first, savoring, fingers interlacing above heads, hips rolling in waves that echoed their duet. Then urgency claimed them, Noah's rhythm building, Lucas arching to meet it, the headboard thumping a counterpoint to their moans. Climax hit like crescendo, shudders, cries, collapse into sweat-damp sheets. After, Noah traced the medal's ribbon around Lucas's neck. Wear it. My champion. Sleep came tangled, dreams of spotlit stages and endless horizons. Dawn shattered it. Lucas's phone buzzed insistent. Harlan. 10 missed calls. The voicemail, saw the clips online. Dancing like a goddamn showgirl. Get home. Now. We talk legacy. Dread pooled cold. Noah stirred, mumbling, ignore him. One more day, explore the city, pretend we're free. They tried. Ohio State campus in morning light. Autumn leaves carpeting paths, co-eds hustling to lectures. They wandered hand in hidden hand, stealing kisses behind the Oval's oaks, sharing falafel from a cart that burned their tongues. Noah's laughter chased shadows. Lucas almost believed in escape. But Milford pulled like gravity. By noon, guilt gnawed, teammates texting, coach is raging. Where you at? Elias called, proud, kid. But head home soon. Life waits. The drive back was quiet. Noah's hand on Lucas's knee, a lifeline. At the quarry drop-off, Noah's truck idling. They clung, kisses desperate. Call me tonight, Noah said. Every night. We're endgame. Endgame, Lucas promised. Throat tight. Home was a minefield. Harlan waited in the den. TV muted on ESPN highlights. A half-empty Coors sweating on the coaster. His eyes raked Lucas, disheveled, glowing and hardened. Sit. Lucas perched on the armchair, metal burning a hole in his pocket. Dad. The showcase we placed second. It was. Second. Harlan barked a laugh, bitter as bile. In prancing, I raised you for firsts, son. Not this. Sideshow. He leaned forward, elbows on knees, the coach's intensity coiling. That boy, Noah. He's poison. Filling your head with glitter and lies. You don't know him. Lucas's voice cracked, fists clenching. He's real. This is real. Harlan's face twisted. Disgust. Fear. Something broken. Real? Waking up to whispers. Losing your spot on the team. Scouts called. Lucas. Said you're distracted. Code for queer as a $3 bill. The slur hung. Weaponized. I won't watch you ruin yourself. End it. The dancing. Him, all of it. Or you're out. The room spun. Lucas stood, trembling. Out? Like trash. Like a man choosing his path. Harlan's voice softened, pleading now. Football's your blood. Don't throw it for a phase. It's not a phase. Lucas roared, the dam bursting. I love him, Dad. And ballet, it's me. Not your shadow. Silence stretched. Harlan's jaw working. Then, cold as steel, then go. But don't come crawling when the applause fades and you're starving in some loft. Ass up for rent money. The door slammed behind Lucas, night air slapping his face. He ran blind, furious, to the only sanctuary, the studio. But it was dark, locked. Elias's note taped to the door, closed early. Call if needed. Proud always. Phone in hand, Lucas dialed Noah. Voicemail. Text, need you. Fight with Dad. Bad. Nothing. Hours bled. He crashed at the quarry, stars mocking his isolation. Dawn brought a text, not Noah, but Tommy, his linebacker buddy. Dude, check the group chat. Shit went south. The chat was a bonfire of betrayal. Screenshots. Blurry pics from the after-party. Lucas and Noah tangled in the booth. Noah's hand on his thigh. Captions. Whitaker's out and proud. Fairy football, Tommy's voice note. Bro. Coach saw. He's cutting you from the team. And Noah. Townie's talking. His truck's vandalized. You gotta fix this. Horror clawed up. Lucas sped home, to Noah's aunt's place, where he boarded. The driveway, eggshells crunching under tires, FAG keyed into the hood. windows soaped with slurs. Noah answered the door, hollow-eyed, a fresh bruise blooming on his cheek. Auntie's at work. Come in. Inside. Chaos. Shattered mirror. Clothes strewn. Teens, Noah spat. Football jocks. Probably yours. Trashed it at 2 a.m. Said, go back to fairyland. Guilt crushed Lucas. This is my fault. Dad, Noah's laugh was shards. Your dad? Or the town he rules? He paced, curls wild. I knew it. Milford chews us up. But you promised endgame. I meant it. Lucas grabbed his arms. Desperate. We'll leave. Now. My savings. Stop. Noah pulled away, eyes wet. I called Juilliard. Early audition. Solo. I'm going alone. The words eviscerated. What? No, You hesitate. Loose. Noah's voice broke. One fight with Daddy, and you're here groveling. I can't wait for you to choose. I choose you. But Noah's bags were packed by the door, final as a curtain fall. Kiss me goodbye. Then. It was tender, devastating, lips lingering, tears salting skin. Then Noah was gone. Truck peeling out, taillights fading to taunts. Lucas crumpled on the porch, world fracturing. Betrayal wasn't Harlan's. It was his own cowardice, letting fear clip their wings. Days blurred to ash. Harlan's silence was punishment. Meals skipped, doors shut. Lucas returned to practice, a ghost in pads, tackles half-hearted. Whispers followed. Broke up with his baller, good riddance. Elias cornered him at the studio. Noah left a note. Said you're worth fighting for. But you gotta fight yourself first. Nights. Lucas replayed it, the kiss, the quarry, the lift. Love wasn't the betrayal. Clinging to chains was. He applied to NYU, fingers shaking on submit. Audition tapes mailed to Cleveland. Juilliard shots in the dark. Climax brewed that June. Senior year winding down. Harlan called a family summit in the den. Maps of college tours spread like battle plans. Ohio State, Michigan gridiron pipelines. This is your future, son. Sign here. Lucas stared, the pen heavy as lead. Memories flooded. Noah's laugh, the stage's thrill, the bruise on his cheek. No. Harlan's brow furrowed. What? I'm done. Lucas stood, voice steadying. With football. With hiding. I love ballet. I loved Noah. And if that's not your legacy, build a new one. Fury erupted. Harlan swept the table, papers flying, lamp shattering. You ungrateful little shit. After all you gave me chains. Lucas shouted back. Years spilling. Pushed me to be you. Not me. I'm gay. Dad. And a dancer. Deal with it or lose me. Harlan deflated. Face crumpling. Not rage, but grief. I failed you. The admission hung. Thought I'd save you from this world's teeth. You can't. Lucas softened, bridging the gap. But you can stand with me. Arms wrapped. Awkward. Hesitant. Harlan's hug a first crack in the armor. Maybe. Try. Healing slow arabesque. Summer scorched Milford into submission. Pavement shimmering. Cornfields wilting under relentless sun. Lucas moved through it like a man remade. Lighter despite the heat. Harlan's truce held. Fragile as rice paper. No more ultimatums. Just stilted questions over breakfast. How's that? twirling going, and a tentative offer to drive him to Columbus for advanced classes. Elias crowed triumph. Blood's thicker than ink, kid. But yours runs art. Yet Noah's absence was a phantom limb, throbbing in quiet hours. Texts went unread. Calls to voicemail. A wall of silence. Lucas stalked his socials. Grainy Juilliard rehearsal clips. Noah's form sharper. Lonelier. Miss you. Auditioning NYU. Fight me on it? Crickets. He threw himself into dance. The studio his confessional. Solo work evolved. Pieces fusing ballet with football's aggression. Tackles dissolving to tours NL air. A metaphor for his splintered self. Elias partnered him with locals, but none sparked like Noah. You're chasing ghosts, the old man warned one muggy evening, as Lucas botched a lift with a new girl. Let it breathe. Can't, Lucas admitted, collapsing against the mirror. He's it, Elias sighed, ponytail slipping. Then go get him. City's not Mars. September brought reinvention. Senior year. No pads, just a sleek black bag slung over shoulder, points peeking from zippers. Hallways parted, curiosity replacing scorn. Tommy clapped his back in the lot. Ball's a move, man. Miss you on the line, but respect. Even Harlan showed at the first assembly, badge gleaming, when Lucas demoed an excerpt for the arts club. Whispers shifted. Whitaker's got moves. Additions loomed like beacons. Cleveland first. A bus ride through Amber Hills. Stomach nodded. The Academy's hall was a cathedral of sweat and ambition. Mirrors endless. Air humming with ambition. Noah was there. Of course, fate's cruel pas de deux. He spotted Lucas mid-warm-up. Color draining. What the hell? Here to dance, Lucas said. Chin up. Like you told me. Noah's laugh was edged. Now, after ghosting, I didn't. Lucas stepped closer, voices low amid the chatter. You left. I was breaking. And I wasn't? Noah's eyes flashed hurt. Watched you cave. Loose. Back to practice. Like nothing. I fought. For us. Dad's. Thawing. But you shut me out. Silence stretched. Bar clangs punctuating. Noah exhaled. Deflating. Scared. Juilliard's cutthroat. Needed focus. Thought you'd follow your gridiron prince. Never was. Lucas's hand twitched toward his. Partner. The audition blurred. Solos judged on fire. Lucas's fusion piece earning nods. Noah's classical flawless. But the duet call? Agony. They weren't paired. But in the holding room, tension crackled. One run, Noah muttered. For old times. The empty studio they claimed swallowed them. No music, just memory. Steps flowed instinctive. Lifts seamless. Spins synced. Midway, a dip turned intimate. Noah's gaze locking. Breath hitching. Missed this. Me. Lucas corrected. Forehead to his. Missed you. The kiss ignited, fierce. Forgiving bodies remembering what words forgot. They didn't finish the piece. Instead, collapsed laughing, tangled on floor. Idiot, Noah murmured, fingers in Lucas's hair. Juilliard's waitlisted me. NYU's my shot too. Then we go together, vow renewed, sealed in salt and skin. But Milford's teeth hadn't dulled. Word of the reunion slithered home. Vandalism escalated. Tires slashed on Elias's Volvo. Dye fags spray-painted on the studio door. Harlan fielded calls from boosters. Clean house. Coach, or the program's tainted. His response, oppressor at the diner, mic in hand, my son's a talent. Ballet or ball, he's a Whitaker. Back off my family. The town simmered, but cracks showed. Church ladies nodding at Lucas in Kroger. A teammate friending his Insta. Progress. Inching. Fall deepened. Leaves turned blood red. Lucas and Noah plotted escape. Joint additions. Shared loft dreams. Weekends. Noah snuck back. Quarry picnics turning heated. Truck beds cradling their futures. New York. Noah breathed one night. Stars wheeling above. Lucas's head on his chest. We'll busk in Washington Square if we have to. Starve artist style. Lucas teased, nipping his jaw. Love deepened. Layered not just fire, but quiet. Noah's habit of folding Lucas's hoodies. Lucas brewing Noah's coffee strong. Climax brewed not in spotlights, but shadows. November gale howled. Harlan's birthday eve. Family dinner. Awkward normalcy. Pot roast steaming. Harlan's gift a sleek wristwatch. For timing those leaps. Then the doorbell, Tommy. Rain-soaked. Face ashen. Coach, it's bad. Fight at the field house. Your boys. Against the dancers. Chaos erupted. They piled into Harlan's F-150, wipers slashing sheets of water. The lot was a melee, flashlights bobbing, shouts piercing the storm. 5 jocks, ex-teammates, beer-fueled, circling Elias's troop, slurs flying. Lucas's heart seized. Noah, front line, shielding a younger kid, lips split, fists up. Enough, Harlan bellowed, wading in like a linebacker from hell. His presence parted the mob. Punches froze mid-swing. Stand down, all of ya, the ringleader Big Mike, a sophomore hothead, sneered. They started it. Harlan's voice thundered. This town's big enough for winners. Period. You touch my son's people again. You're done scholarships, futures, all of it. He turned to the dancers, hand extended. Elias kids. Inside. Now. Noah met Lucas's eyes across the fray, bruised, unbroken. Gruff, good form, son. Holden the line. Shelter in the field house. Sopping clothes, adrenaline crash. Elias patched wounds. Harlan passed towels, uncharacteristically mute. Lucas pulled Noah aside, alcove shadows hiding their tremble. You okay? Better now. Noah's kiss was salt-stung, urgent. Your dad's. Heroic. Thawing, Lucas whispered, hands framing his face. Like us. Harlan cleared his throat from the doorway, eyes averted. Noah. Word. Alone with the coach. Noah braced. Harlan rubbed his neck. Awkward. Heard about the tires. The rest. Sorry for the town. My part in it. Pause. Heavy. Lucas. He's special. Don't break him. Noah's throat bobbed. Never. Revelations rippled. Harlan confessed over lukewarm coffee. His own youth, a college teammate's unspoken crush, buried under ambition. Feared for you what I feared for me, rejection's bite. Tears tracked his weathered cheeks. Proud, son, of the man you're dancing into. Forgiveness flowed, humanistic balm. Milford shifted, Harlan's clout turning tide. A GSA club sprouting in the high school. Rainbow stickers on diner windows. Winter solstice brought additions. New York, glittering maw. Lucas and Noah boarded the Greyhound, hands linked under coats. Harlan's hug at the station fierce. Knock 'em dead. Boys. The city swallowed them. Subways rumbling, steam rising from grates. Additions a gauntlet of sweat and scrutiny. They nailed it, callback. Then offer. Tisch scholarships. Shared dorm. Elation exploded in a Central Park snow. Kisses amid flurries. We made it, Noah gasped, spinning Lucas under bare branches. But drama's not done. It's layered. Spring semester. Noah's ankle snaps in rehearsal. Old injury flaring. Career teetering. Hospital sterile. Noah's face pale. Over? Before it starts. Lucas's heart fractured. Never. He nursed him. Crutches. Ice packs. Whispered Nutcracker runs from bed. Harlan drove up, toolkit in hand, fixed worse on the field. You'll dance again. Rehab was Odyssey. Tears in PT. Breakthroughs in stolen bar work. Noah's doubt crested one rainy night. Brooklyn walk-up dripping. What if I can't? Drag you down. You lift me. Lucas knelt, hands on his. Partners. Always. Betrayals echo surfaced. Not malice, but doubts whisper. Noah confessed. Early days. A drunken hookup in Cleveland. Pre-Lucas. Pushed it down. But it haunts. Am I enough? Vulnerability's gift. Lucas held him through sobs. You're everything. Flaws and flights. Healing wove them tighter. Romance ripening to roots. Summer internship at ABT. Noah assisting. Lucas apprenticing. Their duet workshopped for gala. Harlan attended opening night. Bowtie askew. Tears unashamed. My boy's a star. Milford visits mended. Cookouts where Harlan grilled with Elias. Stories swapped like passes. Tommy proposed a fusion event. Ballet meets pigskin halftime show. Laughter echoed. Prejudices peeling. Yet humanity's arc bends slow. A hate crime in town. Elias's studio torched. Anonymous cowards. Harlan rallied. Fundraiser. Rebuild. Lucas and Noah headlined. A piece on resilience. Bodies entwining in firelit grace. Applause thundered. Walls rose anew. 2 years in. Noah's proposal. Rooftop. Manhattan skyline ablaze. Ring simple, silver band etched with fractured line. Marry me. Loose. On stage. Off. Forever. Tears. Yes. A kiss that sealed souls. New York chewed and spat. But Lucas and Noah thrived in its jaws. A gritty ballet of survival amid the grind. Their village walk-up was a shoebox miracle. Exposed brick weeping history. Fire escape strung with Christmas lights year-round. Mornings dawned to espresso steam and bar stretches against the wall. Afternoons bled into Tisch classes, choreography labs where professors dissected their every extension. You're not just dancing, one grizzled veteran barked during crit. You're confessing. Dig deeper. They did. Noah's rehab forged iron will. By sophomore fall, he was back. Leaps reclaiming air. Ankle a faint scar whispering caution. Lucas's fusion style caught eyes. A guest spot with Alvin Ailey. Blending street grit with classical poise. Earning raves in Dance magazine. Whitaker's the next big hybrid. Critics buzzed. But Lucas clipped the articles for their fridge. Pinned beside Noah's Juilliard acceptance. Deferred. Then conquered. Romance matured. No longer wildfire but hearth glow. Date nights. Dim sum in Chinatown. Elbows bumping over Har Gow. Midnight rehearsals in empty studios. Pas de deux turning playful. Noah dipping Lucas into giggles. Sex evolved to less frenzy. More mapping. Slow explorations by candlelight, Noah's fingers tracing tattoos Lucas inked on impulse, a football laced with swans on his ribcage. Our story, he'd murmur, lips following ink. But conflict simmers in success's pot. Harlan's visits strained the pot, pride swelling his chest, but old habits dying hard. One Thanksgiving, suitcase stuffed with Buckeyes and jerky, he cornered them in the kitchenette. Noah, good kid, but steady work? Dancing's feast or famine? Noah bristled, fork pausing mid-bite. Coach, it's my famine. Lucas mediated, heart-splitting. Dad, trust the path. Harlan grumbled but softened over pie, admitting, Milford's changing. GSA's got 30 kids now. You're doing progress, bittersweet. Betrayal brewed subtler, ambition's serpent. Spring showcase loomed, a joint Tisch/Juilliard gala, scouts from ABT, NYCB circling. Noah landed lead in a new piece, Eclipse, a solo of shadowed longing, his vulnerability weaponized. Lucas supported, but envy gnawed unbidden. His own duet partner flaked, forcing a recast with a cocky undergrad. Javier, charismatic, Cuban heat, eyes lingering too long. Rehearsals crackled tension. Javier's style clashed Lucas's, flashy where he was grounded, flirtatious lifts brushing intent. Loosen up, Whitaker, Javier teased one night, hands low on hips. Feel the fire. Noah watched from the wings, jaw tight, but said nothing. Trust's fragile thread. The night before gala, storm raged, subway delays, tempers fraying. Noah stormed in late, soaked, finding Lucas and Javier laughing over notes, Javier's hand on his shoulder. Am I interrupting? Just rapping, Lucas said, but Noah's eyes iced. Home was battlefield. He's all over you, Noah accused, peeling wet shirt, voice raw. Like I'm invisible. It's choreo. Babe. Lucas reached, but Noah flinched. Jealousy's new on you. Not jealous. Noah's laugh cracked. Scared. We're good. But what if you find easier? The doubt gutted. Lucas pulled him close, rain dripping. You're my gravity. Javier's a spark. You're the blaze. They made love fierce, reclaiming, bodies slamming claims, but seed planted, doubts weed. Gala night, Lincoln Center aglow, chandeliers dripping light. Harlan flew in, front row with Elias, ties askew in solidarity. Noah's eclipse slayed. Hearts stopped at his final collapse, shadows swallowing grace. Ovation thundered, scouts swarmed. Lucas's duet followed, fractured echo, Javier's fire tempering his steel. It worked too well. Post-curtain buzz. Whitaker and Ruiz? Electric. Javier's hug lingered in the wings. Whisper hot. We killed it. Drinks later. Noah saw. Smile fracturing. Backstage toast turned terse. Harlan clapped backs. Oblivious. After party at a Soho loft. Champagne flutes clinking. Industry schmooze. Noah vanished into crowds. Lucas found him on the fire escape. City hum below. Talk, Lucas urged, slipping out. Noah leaned on rail, wind tousling curls. Proud of you. But he's circling. And you're glowing with him. It's nothing. Lucas cupped his face. You're my duet. Then prove it. Noah's kiss was challenge, deep, demanding, pulling Lucas against cold iron. Hands roamed urgent, zips whispering down, the city blind to their frenzy. Climax shuddered through. Affirmations gasped against necks. Only you, Lucas vowed. Spent. But proofs fleeting. Weeks later, callback for ABT core. Noah yes. Lucas waitlist. Elation soured. Why not us both? Noah muttered. Over takeout in bed. Timing, Lucas soothed. But resentment flickered. Late nights. Javier's texts pinged. Rehearse? Your power's addictive. Innocent collabs. But Noah's silences grew. Climax crested May. Company retreat in the Catskills. Woods whispering. Lake mirroring skies. Bonfire night. Dancers circling flames. Stories libation loose. Javier cornered Lucas by the dock. Moon silvering water. Admit it, we vibe. Noah's sweet. But I'm storm. Lucas recoiled. Back off. Committed. Javier shrugged. Smirk sharp. His ghost haunts you. Free yourself. The words festered. That night, cabin shadows. Noah sensed fracture. What did he say? Nothing. Lies weight crushed. Noah's eyes searched. Hurt dawning. You're pulling away. I'm not. But doubt mirrored back. Their own early fracture replayed. Fight erupted. Accusations flying. You flirt. You doubt. Culminating in Noah's plea. Choose. Or the what-ifs. I choose us. Lucas roared. But Noah packed a bag. Eyes dead. Need space. To breathe. Door slammed. Lucas chased to the lot. Gravel biting bare feet. Don't. Please. Noah paused. Truck idling. Love you. But love ain't chains. He drove into dawn. Taillights bleeding red. Devastation hollowed. Lucas returned to empty cabin. Sobs racking. Calls unanswered. Texts echoes. Harlan's voice crackled next day. Boy. What's this? Noah's aunt called. Trouble. Bad. Lucas choked. Lost him. Harlan's sigh crackled miles. Fought for him once. Do it again. Right. Manhattan blurred to monochrome. Lucas withdrew, classes mechanical, rehearsals ghosts. Javier approached. Sympathetic. He's fool. We could. Shut up. Lucas's slap echoed. Fist clenched. You're the wedge. Solitude forced reckoning. Therapy sessions in a walk-in clinic. Unpacking Harlan's shadow. Milford's scars. His own fear of loss. You're worthy, the counselor urged. Of love that stays. Letters penned to Noah. Unsent at first. Then mailed. Raw confessions. Poems in motion. I was scared too. Of not being enough. But you're my line. Fractured. Whole. Weeks stretched. Silence deafening. Then, a postcard. Juilliard postmark. Noah's scrawl reading. Breathing. Audition season. Hope's tentative jeté. Reunion brewed in summer swelter. Lucas buskied in the park, solo improv. Passers-by tossing bills. Noah appeared. Unannounced. Among the crowd thinner. I shadowed. But a light. Applause faded. They collided, hug crushing. Tears mingling. I'm sorry, Noah whispered. Doubted us. Me too. Lucas pulled back. Searching. Partners. Always. Kiss sealed. Public unheeded, world fading to two. Rebuild was deliberate. Couples counseling in a sunlit office. Boundaries drawn. Javier blocked. Collabs vetted. ABT offers landed tandem. They signed. Core mates. Harlan visited. Bearing peace. Noah son. Welcome official. Milford called home. Studio rebuilt grander. Harlan's fusion event a hit. Ballet on the 50-yard line. Cheers roaring. Elias beamed. Full circle. Yet humanity whispers caution. A queer dancer friend outed violently, news hitting like gut punch. They rallied. Protests in the streets. Signs high, dance free. Love's not idle. It's vigilance. Anniversary. 1 year wed. Rooftop vow renewal. Rings exchanged anew. Cityscape witness. Through fractures, Noah toasted. To lines unbroken, Lucas echoed. Years pirouette forward. New York's relentless rhythm etching lines on their faces. Crow's feet from laughter. Faint scars from falls. ABT principal roles claimed them. Noah's lyricism in Giselle. Lucas's power in Apollo. Critics hailing their Whittaker-Keller synergy as the company's beating heart. Offstage. Life-layered domestic poetry. A brownstone in Brooklyn. Co-op garden bursting tomatoes. Their dog, a rescue mutt named Bar, sprawling on sun-warmed rugs. Harlan retired from coaching. Milford's fields his legacy. But weekends found him in the city. Broadway shows in loafers pinching toes. Dim-sum brunches where he grilled Noah on that Juilliard nonsense with gruff affection. You boys did good, he'd grunt, clinking glasses. Elias followed, guest teaching masterclasses, his ponytail gone gray but spirit unbowed. My swans, he'd tease, corralling them for impromptu encores. Romance deepened to ritual. Morning coffees shared on the stoop. Noah's head on Lucas's shoulder. City waking around them. Intimacy evolved, less conquest, more communion. Lazy Sundays tracing freckles. Whispers of dreams deferred and conquered. Kids, Noah mused one dawn. Fingers laced. Adopt. Maybe. Little feet in points. Lucas smiled, kissing his temple. Our stage. Our call. Conflict lingered. Soft-edged now, career's toll. A European tour pulled Noah to Paris. Sleeping Beauty lead. Leaving Lucas stateside for a film cameo. Choreographing a musical. Distance tested, video calls glitchy. Time zones mocking. Miss your heat, Lucas texted. Midnight selfie attached. Noah's reply, heart emoji. Then Paris's ghosts. Come haunt me. Reunion at Charles de Gaulle was fever, cab to the Seine. Hotel sheets rumpling under urgency. Never again, they vowed. Bodies reaffirming. Back home. Betrayal's specter revisited. Not theirs, but art's. A scandal rocked ABT. Director outed for harassment. Targeting young queer dancers. Noah, survivor of whispers, testified anonymously. Lucas rallied allies. Op-ed in the Times. Ballet's beauty demands safety. No more shadows. The purge cleansed. But wounds wept. Nights. Noah woke trembling. Lucas held him through storms. You're brave, he murmured, rocking. My hero. Humanity's arc bent sweeter. Milford's pride parade. Harlan Grand Marshal in a rainbow whistle. Float bearing their gala footage. Tommy, now coach. Toasted. From tackles to tutus, Whittaker way. Legacy bloomed. They founded Line Break Academy, in Brooklyn scholarship for Rust Belt kids. Fusing disciplines. Safe space for queer youth. First class. A shy Ohio boy. Harlan's referral. Eyes wide at the bar. Like you, he whispered to Lucas. Hiding. Then flying. Mentorship mirrored their path. Tough love from Elias. Gruff wisdom from Harlan. Noah's choreography class birthed stars. Lucas's fusion workshops bridged worlds. Climax whispered in autumn's hush. 5 years wed. A call from Juilliard. Lifetime achievement nod for Noah. Gala honoring their duo. Rehearsal for the tribute piece. Eternal arabesque. Pushed limits. Aerial silks weaving with ballet. Bodies suspended in trust. Tech week frayed nerves. Opening night loomed. Dress rehearsal. A lift faltered. Noah's grip slipped. Lucas tumbling hard. Shoulder popping. ER confirmed. Rotator cuff tear. Surgery imminent. Panic crested. Can't dance the gala, Lucas rasped. Ice pack numbing pain. You'll solo? Noah's face crumpled. No. We or nothing. Fight brewed gentle. Your moment, Lucas insisted. Hospital bed crisp. Our. Noah's resolve steel. Adapt. Like always, they rewrote overnight. Noah's solo evolving to narrative. Lucas voicing from wings, projections of their duet. His narration threading story. Vulnerability bared. Love's fractures. Men's. Gala night. Coke Theater Electric. Harlan and Elias front row. Tissues at ready. Noah entered shadowed. Silk cocooning, emerging to their history. Milford rain. Quarry kisses. New York triumphs. Projections flickered. Young Lucas leaping. Their wedding kiss. Lucas's voiceover wove. He taught me flight isn't solo. It's surrender. Climax. Noah midair. Silk spiraling. Then descent, reaching empty space where Lucas once was. Spotlight widened. Lucas wheeled on stage. Slinged arm, but eyes alight, embracing him mid-fall. No lift. Just hold. Bodies aligned. Hearts bared. Applause erupted eternal. Curtain call. Tears. Bows. Harlan whooping. Backstage. Noah collapsed into Lucas. Perfect. You, Lucas whispered. After party. Toasts to resilience. Harlan pulled Lucas aside. Voice thick. Your mod be proud. Me too, son. From ball to this richest win. Milford echoed. Academy's first recital there. Kids twirling under stadium lights. Harlan emceed. Jokes landing. These ain't my old plays. But they score. Years unfurled. Surgery healed. Lucas choreographing Broadway. Gridiron Grace. A musical of their ilk. Noah directed. Their brownstone hosting casts. Kids came, 2 boys adopted. Timmy and Alex. Tiny whirlwinds in tutus. Harlan spoiling with coach drills turned dance games. Twilight years. Semi-retired. Teaching legacy. A final duet for ABT Gala. Silvered hair. Bodies softer but synced. Critics wept. Timeless. On their 25th. Central Park blanket picnic. Wine. Cheese. Bar dozing. Regrets? Noah asked. Head on Lucas's lap. None. Lucas threaded curls. You're my every act. Kiss lingered. Sunset gilding. Life's not finale. It's encores. Love's dance. Eternal arabesque. In Milford's autumn. Harlan's grave fresh heart attack. Swift Lucas and Noah stood. Hands clasped. He bent, Noah said. Tulips nodding. Broke for us. Lucas squeezed. Human. They danced home, steps light. Shadows long. Fractured lines. Whole hearts. Endings? Just bows before next cue.